I have so many comments and I could probably feature right here. And I want you all to know that some of these comments that I'm featuring and using as a jump-off point could actually be medalist in the future. So after I get through all this series of doing a deep dive into this DreamCastGuy situation with CD Projekt Red, I'll get back into those comment of the weeks. But this comment I want to feature here, I think is probably going to be the one that very closely mirrors how I feel about the situation. Dumas wrote a whole paragraph about the situation on Smash JT's channel, but I thought it was so smart and insightful maybe others here would want to read it. The best and most popular commentary about what DreamCastGuy did with this early Cyberpunk situation. Provided the game was not stolen, and Max broke no laws, and CD Projekt Red has no rights to shut down his opinion video unless he showed game footage. This is the law, and not just some opinion. However, this is not a criminal issue. This is YouTube. YouTube allows literally anyone anytime to shut down any video for any reason. It does not mean they would win in a copyright dispute, but the early video is still not available when early and won't matter afterward. In addition, if they decided to fight his claim and issue a copyright strike, then Max would have to go to court to have his case heard. So whether or not they should take the video down is a separate question as to whether or not they can. And yes, they always can. Should they? I think so. DreamCastGuy went out and bought a scalped pre-release bootleg of the game, which steals views from other producers that are actually playing by the rules. It is a really shitty thing he is doing to his peers by doing this. The honorable move would be to make the video, but just publish the moment the normal embargo is up. Or in other words, when the game is officially released. DreamCastGuy probably paid a fortune for this early game, hoping to make an extra 1,000 or more on the early views. Now he will not earn the extra money from that and is pissed off because of this. Okay, this closely resembles how I feel about the situation, but there's still some more elements that I'll get into, once. I don't think, let's just say there's a lot of different angles to look at this, but this is a very important thing. Very important things you say here, that the question of whether or not they should is what's being debated now, but it really comes down to whether or not they can. Okay. DreamCastGuy, he touts himself as being like a gaming industry insider. All right, we always hear it. He wants people to think that he's somebody in the know, right? He wants people to think this. But now he's playing, and he is playing. He's playing stupid. He's playing the fool. Him and his buddies are playing stupid. They're playing the fool. Arguing that, well, they did wrong when they did this. But actually, towards the end of your comment, you hit the nail on the fucking head. That the question of right or wrong should also be on DreamCastGuy. Yes, DreamCastGuy. Because it's a really shitty thing he does to all of his peers that are playing by the rules. Now, there's always somebody in life that wants to get ahead by not playing by the rules, the same established rules everyone else is playing by. But there's always a bitch out there that wants to get ahead and wants to get notoriety for being first, not playing by the rules. I think that's the big question here. Like you said, he's not even, I don't think, being 100% honest on how he got that copy, which is no shock here, because this is the Piranha Plant lie guy. That's him. That's why I'm going to start putting a potted plant, that Piranha Plant, in the end of my videos, just to remind people that whenever this guy lies and he gets caught, he tries to scrub that, okay? He tries to scrub the proof of that, okay? So think about the history of this guy. But yeah, he's doing a disservice to even his YouTube game reviewing peers by trying to get this thing out early. Okay? I'll tell you why. Now, I'm not a super duper professional YouTuber. I'm not a YouTuber that needs this platform to survive monetarily. right? But there's some people out there, full-time YouTubers, that do. Okay, as sad as that is, there's full-time YouTubers out there that don't have an actual real job, and they depend on YouTube, right? So, he's actually fucking over all those people by getting his review out there first. Because think about it. How many people are going to just go to the first review of the game and not deal and worry with any of the other reviews and watching any of the other reviews? He knows this. He knows that he can be somebody. He can be somebody. He can be that guy with the only review of the game on YouTube. So, yeah, that was the thought process there. But you know what? Here's another side to it. And you bring it up here. Is that he might be a little salty because he is losing all that extra money that he would have made on that video, money that he has invested, and you're not going to get honesty on him and how much he actually paid to get his hands on that copy. I don't believe for a fucking minute it shipped early. So he's not going to be honest on how much money he put down to secure that copy. Now, there was one that I showed, when I was... okay, that actually wasn't DreamCastGuy, by the way. Okay, shocker. I know it sounded exactly like DreamCastGuy, but it was just little old me, right? There was one on eBay for $400, so maybe less than $1,000 he paid to get that. Maybe $400 or $500, okay? But he got it early. However, he acquired it. That's part of this discussion too. Because he feels like, I'm putting money down to get this early, then, it's not that big of a deal because I'm going to rub my hands together, making potentially over $1,000, $1,500. Who knows how much money he could potentially make on one review upload if it's the only one on YouTube. Not only that, he's thinking, this can catapult his channel. There's all these things that could be great for him and his channel that could happen if he takes the chance to do this. But if he doesn't get that uploaded, and that happens, well, he can also play the victim. So he can make his money back that way by live streaming, playing the victim, and he get enough of his idiot subscribers to actually give him money because they think he's in the right. And like I said, like you said also, the question of whether or not they should have done it is not as big as the question of, well, my question is, how can you upload that? How can you, being DreamCastGuy, uploading that not knowing that that was a possibility? If you're such a big industry insider and you know about all these things happening with all these games and these publishers and all that, how can you not know that they're probably going to do that? How can you not know? And they even came out and said what they would do to people that revealed things about this game early on their YouTube channel. Now, does it have to be gameplay footage? No, not specifically. Not if you're revealing secrets about the game early on a public platform. I guess him and his buddies will try to make the argument, hey, what's going on here? It's YouTube. Remember when RGT85 acted shocked when he uploaded gory fatalities from Mortal Kombat 11, and then he was like, YouTube, what's going on here? In that instance, RGT85, he wasn't stupid. He knew exactly that what they would probably do. He knew that there was a possibility. But the second part of it is, after you know that it's a possibility that YouTube might do that, as they did back then, or the possibility that CD Projekt Red would probably do what's well within their rights to actually protect their intellectual property before release, ultimately comes down to having proper common sense about something, knowing that there will be probably ramifications for doing what you're going to be doing. Now, let's say you know a guy, or you don't know a guy, and he's dating the town hooer. All right, let's say you go up to the couple and you inform him that he is dating the town hooer, right? You look at her and you call her a hooer. Well, he rears back and he knocks you the fuck out. Argument could be made, hey, he's wrong for doing that. But you know what? An argument can also be made that you're a stupid motherfucker if you didn't think he would knock you the fuck out. Just using that as an analogy.